So hello, welcome back to the Range Rover Classic. As you can see, I'm sitting inside of the car later on in the year and bits are hanging out everywhere. But so we're going to go back to the beginning in this video and we're going to see if we can get this car to idle. And I've decided I'm going to save this engine actually. I'm going to save, well, if I can, we're going to go for a top end rebuild. But in this video, we're going to see if we can get it just to idle and if we can just get the in-tank fuel pump back in and get it to run under its own steam. And let's see how we go. Since parking it in the last video, it will not start, so I'm not quite sure why. It's getting fuel, so we've got probably a faulty ignition system somewhere. But hope you enjoy. It won't be a long video, and let's get cracking.
So to clean the tank, I actually just used white vinegar. I did have a look to see what would be the best solution. As it's a plastic tank, I had some white vinegar in the house and it's actually done a really good job. I've left it in there for a couple of days. I haven't filled it up completely. I maybe put about 10 litres in because the sediment's just at the bottom, and see how it comes out.
This is not fuel, this is white vinegar, by the way. Oh, it's done a nice job in the tank, I can see it. I'll show you in a second. Right, let's have a look in the tank. I don't know if you can see that, but the tank's plastic, so there's no rust in there, but you can see the crud and whatnot. The vinegar's done a nice job of loosening that up. So what I'm going to do is use my oil extractor and see if we can get all that up. Let's give it a quick wobble. Right, it's pretty much all of that out now. So we're going to have a try and refit this pump. Okay, so put my battery in. I do need to put some coolant in actually. Right, so just top that up. This is very dilute. That's all do. So sorry about that. My phone decided to run out of storage and they didn't tell me, so I stopped the video. Anyway. So, since you heard it running in the last video, it's another day by the way, so it now won't start again for some reason. I thought it was because I didn't have enough fuel in it, so I put another 5 litres in. So it's getting fuel up to the rail. I haven't got a pressure sensor, but I've pushed the sort of dust valve cap just here, and there's quite a lot of pressure behind it, so unscientifically I'd say it's got pressure. So I suspect it's a coil issue, and looking at some of the HT leads, I suspect the previous owner knew that because they have been messing. So I have taken one of the HT leads out, and now I haven't checked these, but this was all what was left. So I suspect there's something wrong with the HT leads. And this is the old coil. I have got a brand new Lucas one, which was from my MGB, so hopefully they look the same. They haven't got a label to say how much power they put out, but hopefully it'll do what we need it to do for now. So I've made up some other leads from another P38 I've got with the GEMS engine. So obviously I will change these. It's just to see if we can get it started again, and it might explain why it wouldn't rev. So we'll see. So I've changed the distributor cap because I had a spare one from years ago. I put the new coil in, and if you don't know where the coils they are on the later ones, they're just in front of the power steering reservoir, as on earlier models they're actually bolted on top of the wing here where the screen wash is. That's where my last one was. So let's see if that's done the job. I can hear the pump running, so the pump's okay. so she's still not starting. Why would that be? So the HT leads are on there, so it's getting a signal from the what you call it, the coil here. Well, hopefully anyway. Right, so I think I figured out why it's very intermittent on starting, and now it won't start at all, even spraying directly into the intake with some easy start. So I think I've actually got a faulty amplifier, because so I've crudely wired in a test into the new coil I've done, and a feed to the 12-volt battery to represent a spark over there. So I've got the spark plug. I don't know if you can see on the camera, but I've got the spark plug on the wing just over here, down there, and I was getting a spark, but a very inconsistent one, and now it's not sparking at all. So it's a few days later, new parts are arrived. Got a nice new ignition coil, and also, sorry, not a coil, a ignition amplifier, and a new ballast resistor, I think they are. So we're going to do one of those. I'm just going to fit these and see if it starts. I'm going to fast forward this bit. So, jump packs on, low, let's see if it starts. On the button. Time it's run under its own steam, then what, minus it. But all that noise with that. I'm hoping it's just one of the pulleys maybe. Other than that, it runs. So I've changed the oil when I was too low. Excellent. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. So, 10 years, stood nowhere. Couldn't get it to start. Combination of bad coil and...
Alright, I was going to leave the video there, but my phone ran out of storage before I finished speaking. But that wasn't the end of my problems, actually. So, since then, we're going to roll on 5 months. I've rebuilt the top end of this engine. We've got a new cam in, timing chain. Everything you'd expect, head gaskets, ARB stud kit. However, it's still running incredibly rich, and the O2 sensors and mass sensors have been replaced, and it's still doing the same, and it still doesn't rev very well. So my first issue is the injectors. So the injectors are actually leaking without being pulsed, so they are leaking under pressure, hence why it's running rich. So I've upgraded the injectors to the Mustang ones, the yellow type, the Bosch ones, which I've never tried before, so I thought I'd try. They weren't particularly expensive. Here's the link, and they have sorted out the rough running, so it's running really good now. The only thing is it's still a bit reluctant to rev, so this is the last part of the video, and we're going to put a new throttle position sensor on.
I purchased a new one from Brick Park. They're really expensive, the alternatives. It's about 250 quid. And here it is. So it's an upgraded throttle position sensor, and I think the price comes from these, let's call it, these custom made adapter plates, so it will fit into the existing Venom. So the only trouble is, because this is a 95, the wiring doesn't match what they've sent. Earth, because it says here the original earthing is red, black, yellow and red. My original earthing, which I've put some connectors on, is brown, blue and green. Let's go and figure out what they are and then see if that works. So we line up, making sure the fastening screws are at the bottom according to the manual, and then we slide that into the existing port slot, which is, it's a little bit chewed off on mine. Right, there we are. And then just make sure that's connected. Yep. And then we put our 2 flathead screws in here. So this is the adapter plate, this bit. And then the pot goes on the, it just goes that way around. It goes in there like so. And this is where you get your adjustment. However, according to the manual for the 14 CUX system, not the earlier 14 CU, but CUX should adjust automatically. Yeah, so here's the Rover gauge software. It's a free bit of software. All you have to do is buy the lead, turn the ignition on, click connect. Now you can see my throttle position sensor is reading 8%, which is fine. And before, when I put my foot on the accelerator, it wasn't moving. Well, it was moving, but it didn't move until I was at least 3/4 of the way down. This one's on a nice full throttle now. It's got a nice feel to it, that, so it's nice and consistent. Right, so let's see if that fixes my running issue. Sounds okay so far. Cold start, as you can see. Now when I revved it, it would die. Good. I think we're all right there. Oh, low on fuel again. So the engine's at 6 degrees. So this is a good way of monitoring if you've got a dodgy ECU temperature sensor as well. So, good. Hope you enjoyed that. That's the it's quite an expensive fix, but seems to have fixed my revving issue, and let's let that settle down.
Okay, and that wraps up that video. So at the beginning we had an amplifier decided to stop working or intermittently stop working. Normally they don't tend to do that, they either work or they don't, but anyway, this one I believe was faulty, and lo and behold it did start to run. So we've got nice new HT leads, the top end of the engine has had a full rebuild, we've got ARB studs in there. If you don't know what they are, have a quick Google, instead of stretch bolts, and the cam was really heavily worn. And if you'd like to see this, let me know, because a friend of mine has got another one he would like me to help him with. And if you want some more videos on that, please like and subscribe and let me know. Thanks for watching.